What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Kefalos here, and today we are going to be continuing our Manchester United via Vitæ Æternæ career mode here on the channel. So as usual, if you guys are going to enjoy this episode, you know what to do. Leave a like on this video, and if you're enjoying this series so far, hit that big red sub button down below so that you don't miss whenever I upload the next episode here in this series. And at the same time, I'll be grateful and appreciative of your support as well. So with that being said, let's quickly jump right back in and let's get things started by getting into our first game here. We are going to be taking on Burnley on the 10th of September of 2022. I took the liberty of advancing ahead since the previous episode. If you recall, we just signed a new player, so I believe it was Giovanni Reina. Yeah, it is actually Giovanni Reina. There we go. Just wanted to look for the look for the closest tab to show you our new signing. So Giovanni Reina, as you can see here, we've already signed him for about, I believe it was a 31 million deal or something. So we signed him here, and he's gonna be, a prospect that we develop. But more on him, hopefully, in future. For now, though, what we are gonna focus on is the Burnley and Man United game. If I can just head back to the menu, of course. There we go. So we're gonna be taking on Burnley, as I've said, in the Premier League at Old Trafford, and this is a match that we are looking to win, because if you take a look down here at the league table, Liverpool are top of the group, top of the table, but most importantly, goal difference, 20 goal difference for the Merseysiders. 20. Bloody hell. I'm 7 games played in this season so far, still really early, but already 20 goal difference. Like, take a look at this. 2-1 to Southampton. If I can just show it to you again, just give me a second. 2-1 to Southampton, 4-0 to AFC Bournemouth, 2-0 to Brighton, 4-1 to West Ham, 5-1 to Burnley, 3-0 to Leicester, 5-2 to Crystal Palace. Bloody hell. Those Scousers are, just running amok right now. Jesus Christ. But if you take a look at our side, fairly decent performances, except for that 1-2 loss to Chelsea at home. That was so disappointing. We should have easily won that one. But I am not defeated yet. I am not feeling discouraged, because we still are in this game. We just have to make sure that we keep winning and we keep scoring the goals. So hopefully, the opportunity presents itself that Liverpool start to slip up, hopefully, and we can, just creep up slowly and, just push them down. No, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Anyway, we are going to be taking on Burnley right here, and Sean Dyche is going to manage them as usual. And, I have some fair amount of respect for this Burnley side, because you'll see in a second when I head into the game. But I'm just going to walk you through our team selection first. And as you can see here, we have a couple of key players out, Renan Lodi and Clement Longley and Mason Greenwood as well. 3 key players out from the side, but thankfully we have some very good substitutes that can stand in for them. So, who are the changes? What are the changes I've made? Pretty much only one. Actually 2, I should say. Well, no, is it 2? 3 actually in terms of position, but 3 in terms of personnel. So I'm gonna go through all of them with you real quick. Pavard on for Clement Longley, who's injured, so he's gonna start at that centre half position, partnering Ruben Diaz. I could play Harry Maguire there, but I feel like I just want to play Benjamin Pavard because he is slightly better than Maguire. So I think that is the more sound option. And yeah, we are gonna stick Pavard there. And of course, if Bissaka, God forbid if anything happens to Bissaka, because Bissaka's our best right back now, I could easily just bring on Pavard to that right hand side, bring on Harry Maguire and stick him there. So it's a very good transfer, Pavard. So I feel like it was a good call to have brought him in from Bayern Munich. And of course, with Renan Lodi out, Alex Telles is going to start on that left hand side. And at the same time, I believe Mason Greenwood is out. So what I've decided is, I brought back Edinson Cavani onto the substitutes bench. And Jesus Christ, imagine Edinson Cavani not even making the substitutes bench. That is something to think about. Like, how good our Man United side is. But we're not going to be too reliant on individuals. We need to work as a team here to succeed. Okay, so anyway, the changes I've made in terms of positioning is that Erling Haaland is going to start as a poacher this game. I feel like I haven't found that right position for Erling Haaland. I've played him all over the pitch. I played him as a complete forward. He had an okay okay season as a complete forward, but ideally he's not not being that 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 bang on every single time. You know, I want him to score goals every single time. But the problem is that he scores like he turns up for 2-3 games, he goes silent for one game, and another game, and then he goes goes silent for like 3-4 games, and then he comes back and scores again. You know, I want him to consistently score. I just can't seem to get that out of him. I played him as advanced forward. He doesn't seem to be doing too well there. Poacher is kind of debatable as well, but I figured, you know what, this game against Burnley is a very good chance for him to prove that he could operate. You know, he could operate as a poacher. So the idea is for him to stick in that that goal area, I should say, the goal mouth. And you know, when Sancho or Rashford just sprays passes across us, same with Fernandes and Pogba. When they spray passes and crosses, he's going to be on the receiving end of that, hopefully to, you know, bang them in. But I still haven't found the. No, I still haven't gotten the best out of Norwegian yet. You know, I want him averaging at least like 20-30 goals a season, but you know, we can't get that from him yet for some reason. But you know, I feel like the fault there lies with me. So I'm gonna have to try to tweak and see how we get the best out of him. But for now, he's gonna start in that poaching role. Hopefully, he regains some of that that notoriety that you know, before we signed him. But anyway, Pogba has also changed. I've decided to shift him to an advanced playmaker in that attack duty, just because we are playing Burnley. Granted, they are a weaker side, not to discredit Burnley again, but as an advanced playmaker, I feel like he's going to be more involved up the pitch, and I feel like, you know, if he excels there, we might just stick him there. And Florentino Luis is going to start as a roaming playmaker in that support position. My idea is to have him close down the ball more often, and you know, essentially just push upfield whenever needed. So I want him ideally as that box to box, but also a more defensive box to box. Essentially, that is the idea for him. Hopefully that works out. Hopefully, you know, I'm not spewing nonsense at this point, but we're just gonna have to see. So I'm not gonna be too concerned. We are just gonna head into this game. I feel like we should be in a very good position to win, if I'm being honest, because we are favorites here. We are the strongest side on paper, but this Burnley side is very good because, you know, I'll show you why right now. So if you take a look at the team here, Nick Pope in goal for Burnley, Guillermo Maripan, I believe this guy is from Monaco or something, and yeah, he's starting for Burnley right now. Charlie Taylor, of course, a Burnley mainstay at left back. Kevin Melkin here. I'm not sure if you can see this, but yeah, we have Kevin Melkin at right back. For those of you who don't know who this guy is from Napoli, one of the top clubs in Serie A. If you guys are unaware of that as well. Timothy Bakayoko in central defensive midfield here. So yeah, a very good a very good purchase for a club like Burnley. Timothy Bakayoko, I believe he was at Chelsea and then he went to AC Milan. So he's found himself in Burnley in this particular save. Dwight McNeil, of course, who can forget this man at Burnley. Lucas Moura, a very interesting transfer too. So signed from Tottenham Hotspur, I believe, the Brazilian, once at Paris Saint-Germain, now finds himself in Burnley. Very interesting transfer, of course. And of course, Chris Wood up top for Burnley. So yeah, if you take a look at his subs, also very good. Well, granted, not stellar names, but decent names overall. J. Clark Salter here, the former Chelsea Academy product here, and I believe this is I was thinking a different Silva, but yeah, Conor Gallagher here, also a very good striker, a very promising striker, I'd say, in this Burnley side. So we are gonna go ahead and head into the dressing room. We are just gonna tell the team aggressively that I expect nothing but a win from this match to keep our good run going, and the team seems motivated. Some of them listen keenly. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna speed through this press conference here real quick. I'm not really gonna be too concerned with the press, but yeah, we are just gonna be focused on the match. So I'm gonna demand more right off the bat. Hopefully we can get that early goal and just assert our dominance and show them we are not here to fuck around. Lucas Moura's 4th yellow card of the season, a free kick to Bruno Fernandes. He whips it in. It's gonna be out for a corner. I think Fernandes to take this one again. He does whip it in. Moura takes the ball for now. Gives it away. The ball's out for a throw-in. Four shots to 1 so far from Man United. A throw-in. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Haaland holding it up out wide. Haaland keeps drifting out wide for some reason. Oh, it's a first goal. Florentino Luis assisted by Erling Braut Haaland. The Norwegian finding the Portuguese here. I'm not going to be too mad at Haaland right now, but ideally I want him to stay central. For some reason, he just keeps moving into channels, the Norwegian. I have to check on, you know, his roles with something, but I am very, very certain that I have assigned him to stay, you know, stay central as a poacher as well, stay central, but he keeps drifting into channels. I have to check that out, you know, in the post-match after this. I really have to. He's just not playing the way I want to, but Haaland might actually get a goal. He does not as well. How does he not get a goal from that? That was practically a one-on-one situation. Nick Pope was so far off his line, he could have easily just pinned that. My God. Jesus Christ, man. You know, I really don't know what in the world is wrong in this save with Erling Braut Haaland. You know, his stats are very good as well, but we just can't seem to get the best out of him. And for some reason, he's moving into channels in player trades. I believe I have him trained to, you know, to essentially get rid of that, but for some reason he's still sticking in the channels. You know, I really don't know what's wrong with this game at sometimes, because you know, I have him trained to, you know, to avoid moving into channels, but he keeps moving into channels. I really can't understand why, but it doesn't matter. If we can get a second goal, we do not. It's gonna be a goal kick for Burnley. I believe it came off one of our midfielders. I think it was Pogba or something. I didn't really catch that. Haaland here out wide again. Teles. Fernandes. Luis. Second goal of the season. The Portuguese connection. Bruno Fernandes to Florentino Luis. The Brazilian connection as well. The Portuguese speaking connection, I'd say. Alex Teles to Pogba, who tries the header. Fernandes there to, you know, scoop up the loose ball. He passes it to Luis. He sees Luis unmarked by the Burnley players, and he, you know, the Portuguese just fires it, rockets it into the top right there. Sancho back to Diaz, Masaka, Ruben Diaz holding up the ball like a true centre half, a true holding centre half. Pogba out wide to Teles, the vision to see him behind. Luis tries it, he gets his hat-trick, the Portuguese, Martino Luis, out of nowhere, assisted by Marcus Rashford. Teles, he backtracks a bit, he walks back actually. The Burnley man there for some reason didn't, you know, had no desire to go ahead and scoop up the ball. Teles just walks it back. He passes it to Rashford, and Rashford lays it off for Florentino Luis to get his hat-trick from defensive midfield, mind you. He's a defensive midfielder, Florentino Luis. He gets his hat-trick here. Of all people that is, you know, scoring us the goals, you know, not Erling Haaland, not Marcus Rashford, not Jadon Sancho, goddammit. It is Florentino Luis. 3-0 here at Old Trafford. Let's just try to push on and, you know, hopefully we can rout Burnley here, get more goals out from this fixture, because I feel like you know, we should tell the team assertively that you might be winning, but all could change if performance levels drop. I feel like that is fair, and Luis, very, very good show from the youngster. He seems motivated to get more. That is very, very good to see, as always. So we are gonna advance into the second half. I must highlight again that, you know, Luis's reaction was very, very good, very, very stellar from the youngster. He knows the job is not done. He wants to get more, ideally, and that is always nice to see. Oh, Fernandes here, Haaland, how? No, how do you not pin that, mate? How? He's at 2 goddamn chances right now. Erling Braut Haaland, he just can't score, man. How does he not score? Oh my God. What in the world is going on? You know, probably his player trait, shoots with power as well. I feel like Jesus Christ, you know, we're gonna have to work on him long term, man. Like, bloody hell. I have him trained to, you know, to get rid of that moves into channels thing, because I know that wasn't good as well. But, you know, for some reason I think he must not have adapted that into his game. And I feel like, you know, gosh, we really have to focus on Haaland. You know, I take partial responsibility for that, because when I bought him from Dortmund, he came with his player traits, and I acknowledge that it might not have been great, but I decided, you know what, let's just keep it there for now, see how it works out for him. And obviously it's not working out for him right now. I really hope that we get the best out of Haaland in the future. I'm gonna make sure that this happens. He does get a goal, but through a penalty. That is not what I want ideally, because we shouldn't be relying on penalties to get goals. We have to be able to be attacking going forward and get the goals organically. His third goal of the season in 7 games. It is terrible for a Norwegian. Very, very terrible. We're gonna have to work on that. We really have to work on his player traits. I feel like these are setting him up to fail. Shoots with power could be great, but he has to be he has to be able to differentiate when to go for power and when not to go for power. Sometimes they have to place it. I feel like he should have placed it then, but it's just so unfortunate. But regardless, we get the 4-0 win here. I am happy with that. If I am being fair, 4-0 here against Burnley is very, it's nothing to shout about. But whenever we get 3 points and whenever we get 4 goals, it's always great to see. So I think we're gonna tell the team passionately that was a very nice victory. Well done. So we are going to give credit where credit is due, but I feel like we could have gotten at least a couple more goals from that. Haaland especially, he had 2 very good chances. I just feel like I don't want to take I feel like it's it might be wrong of me not to take the blame, but when we bought him from Dortmund, he came with those traits. I decided, like, you know what, let's just keep it there for now. Dortmund must know what he's doing, else they wouldn't have given him, they wouldn't have trained him to acquire these traits. But for some reason, when he came, I feel like these traits are now starting to work against him, because as you can see, moves into channels. He was moving a lot into this into the wide areas there, not really operating as a true poacher would operate, and shoots with power as well. Probably when he shot those couple of chances, I feel like he should have finessed that maybe, but it was a mistake, and mistakes are learned. I feel like we can take away we can take that away from that game. He didn't really have that great of a game, and hopefully the player traits are wise. So what I'll do is I'll probably set him on a training regime to get rid of those traits. But I want to take a look at the schedule right now, because we have AS Roma in 3 days. It is a UEFA Champions League fixture. Ideally, I want to manage that one, but we are running out of time, and I feel like I don't want to just leave one game per episode. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna advance ahead to the Roma game. I'm gonna simulate that one, and hopefully we get away with a result. And if we have time, in future episodes, I'll manage the away game so that we can go through Roma's fixtures and see how the footballing world has developed as we progress into 2022. So yeah, I think that is the plan. I'll see you guys in a second. Okay guys, so here we are at the final game of today's episode. So we are going to be taking on AS Roma here at Old Trafford at home in the UEFA Champions League. So we are going to be instant resulting this one, because it is a home game after all, and we have a fairly, well, I don't want to take everyone here in this group for granted, but we have a fairly comfortable group. Real Sociedad, PSV, I'm thinking of PSG for some reason, but PSV Eindhoven, and of course AS Roma. So fairly easy group, I'm not gonna lie. It could have been worse. We could have gotten Group A and be drawn with Bayern and Napoli. Yeah, it could have gone much worse. But yeah, so we are not gonna be too stressed over this one. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna instant result this, and we are gonna stick with the same team. We are playing home, so I'm gonna risk playing an attacking mentality. Actually, you know what, just to be safe, I'm going to go with a positive mentality, because I'm fairly aware that Roma is a strong side. So we take a look at their team selection here real quick. They have a very, very good side, AS Roma. Brendan, we've loaned out Brendan Williams, of course, I remember that. Amadou Diawara, Lorenzo Pellegrini here. Wilfred Zaha, very interesting transfer for them. Petania, of course, a kind of famous striker, and of course Javier Pastore. For some reason, he's still at the club in this save. I actually can't remember. Is he still at Roma in this in real life? Javier Pastore. I remember he's from Paris Saint-Germain back in the day, back in FIFA 14. Javier Pastore. But yeah, not really sure if he's still there in real life. A lot of good players on the bench as well. Paul Lopez on the bench. Sebastiano Esposito. I believe he was recently transferred from from Bayern Munich in this save. So yeah, Daniel Rugani on the on the bench as well. Patrick Schick here too. So a lot of very, very good players. Cengiz Under, Edin Dzeko. I'm not sure if you can see this with my face cam, but yeah, Edin Dzeko here, Brian Cristante, Jonathan Vertu, Alejandro Gomez as well, Matteo Musacchio, Leonardo Spinazzola, and of course Alessandro Florenzi on that right, in that right back position. So again, my face is probably blocking out, but a lot of the good, the first teamers here on the bench for AS Roma. But I doubt this is not, this is the side that they're gonna play. They're gonna probably play a lot of that first team names to match ours. But yeah, we are just gonna have to make sure that we are able to, bring I won't say put on a fight, but we have to make sure that we are able to win this one, because we are in a very good chance to top the group here. So we're just gonna have to make sure that happens. But anyway, this is the side that we've picked, pretty much the same side, no changes whatsoever to the team, except that a lot of the injured players have been restored. Clement Langley and Renan Lodi, of course, back in the side. Alex Telles and Benjamin Pavard back on the bench. So hopefully this is gonna work out for us. I'm gonna instant result this with no fear at all. I feel like we are in a very good position to win this one. And yeah, as you can see, there's Porsche as Christensen, and I'm not really sure what was that, but Real Madrid must have drew with a team. I have to check that out later. But the real test after this Roma game is against Arsenal here in the Premier League, third away at Arsenal. A 6-1 win. Haaland finally getting on the score sheet. Nicolo Barella hat-trick as well. The Italian showing us how to do it against Italian clubs here, Nicolo Barella. So we should probably look to start him more often. Of course, we brought him in as a sub ideally, because we have Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, but Pogba didn't really have that great of a game, so we took him off. Apparently the assistant manager took him off for Nicolo Barella. But wow, a hat-trick here, it's starting to give us some selection dilemmas here. But 6-1 to AS Roma. Rashford on the score sheet. Haaland finally getting his brace here. Hopefully the Norwegian is, maybe he's hurt me and he's, trying to convince me that don't drop me yet, Gaffer. I still have something to prove. And you know what? I'm going to rely on him. That's for sure. Because he's our best striker right now. After him, it's Edinson. It's possibly Diogo Jota and then Edinson Cavani, based on the fact that Diogo Jota has slightly more pace and of course better dribbling. But of course finishing, Edinson Cavani still leads the line. So yeah, we still have very good players in the squad, in the team, and I'm very pleased with this result, 6-1 of course. So with that being said, we are gonna have to end the video here because we are running out of time. Chelsea actually beat this team here, Astana, 5-3. I guess it's some Russian team, I believe. I'm not really sure where this is. I apologize, but 5-3. Chelsea are very, very dominant. I'm keeping an eye on Chelsea as well because they did beat us 2-1 at home, so we have to keep them up. We have to keep an eye on them. But Real Madrid drew with Internacional. So yeah, it's interesting to see. But anyway, like I said, we are running out of time, so we are gonna have to end the video here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Manchester United via Vitæ Æternæ. And if you did, leave a like on this video. And if you're enjoying this series so far, hit that big red sub button down below so that you don't miss our uploading this episode here on the channel. I'll also be grateful and appreciative of your support. And with that being said, this is the Cavalo signing off. I hope to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.